All right, so welcome back to Josh Does Life. I just wanted to do a quick update on the Canon camera that I got back from the factory. So if you've watched my previous videos, you know that I was having some issues with the camera, so I sent it in to be repaired. I got a notice back saying they don't actually repair these cameras. They send you a refurbished or a new one. So what I received is a new one. And in that, let's see, try to keep out the shadows and keep it so you can read it. So I got a brand new one. I had to update the firmware to the current version again because it was behind. But I just wanted to go over really quick the issues that I was having. So the issues I reported was every time that we set this camera record quality to either of the 4K modes, the camera would say it was overheating or temperature maxed out or whatever, and it would just shut down. So, that's just one of those things that I wanted it fixed because it would do it after. Sometimes it would do it as soon as I started recording. Sometimes it would be a couple minutes, but we're in a temperature controlled room and it's not actually overheating, so it was some kind of fault with the camera. The other issue that I reported is the record time for video. So with this camera, every time I record for a certain period, then the video just goes out. And I was in reading, I kind of found to where, and it says right here that it has a max time. It says when it reaches the max time that it can't store it in the internal memory to process it before putting it on your SD card. That's what I read, and I guess that's correct. But the thing is that I would expect is that, like the GoPro or other cameras I've dealt with, and I don't have a lot of experience with cameras, but what I have dealt with, when it reaches that time, it would kind of stop that clip and then restart to another, I don't know if you want to, I guess just call it a clip. So here, when we put in 4K mode, it says max record time, 9 minutes and 59 seconds. Well, let's say that I'm recording and it goes to 10 minutes. It'll just continue recording, act like nothing's wrong, and then when I go to retrieve the video, it says 0 bytes and it's an unrecognized format and all that and won't play, and I can't do anything with it. So it's just wasted that whole video. So that's one of my frustrations with the camera. Well, so I reported that as well, thinking that, there must be some kind of issue with the camera. So the new one that I've got back, I can record in 4K now, and it doesn't give me the overheating error. So that's fixed or resolved. Also, with the firmware updates that have been done to this camera, it does a lot better job focusing. It's not perfect, but it does do a better job. Let's see, what else? Okay, so let's go to the fast high definition FHD. You have two different speeds that I don't even know what it has. Well, they're close, 23 and 29. I just record at the FHD, the 29 most of the time. This gives you a max record time of 29 minutes. I mean, I have done some longer videos where that's gone over, and like I said, it won't give me any kind of warning or say anything. It looks like it's still recording, and the footage is just no good. So I've lost a lot of footage and video that way. So it's one of those things, if you're wanting to buy a camera for YouTube, I don't really think I would suggest this camera. If I had to do it over again, I wouldn't buy it again. I mean, this is a $800 camera, and I bought it solely for the purpose of doing YouTube videos, and it does a decent job as long as I'm just doing short videos. But I have to watch the timer or time myself and make sure that I run over to the camera before the record time runs out and stop it and then start recording for another segment or clip. So anyway, that's kind of my frustrations about the camera and kind of my thoughts on it. Otherwise, I think it shoots pretty good footage. You can judge for yourself most of the videos that I shoot, all the videos I shoot indoors, other than this one showing the camera, is done on this camera. My outdoor footage I shoot on my GoPro, which I'm using right now to record this. So anyway, I mean, I think I'm doing everything right when I go through my settings. Every time I get done with a video segment and I copy the video off the camera, then I always go back and format the card again to make sure I'm starting out clean. And like I said, I've had this one now, back from the factory from, I guess, less than 2 weeks. So anyway, you know, I hadn't found any kind of setting that changes that about the video. You know, it says file numbering continuous. I would think it would just be continuous and go right into the next segment as it's recording on its own. If anybody knows a way to fix that or a workaround for it, you know, put in the comments, let me know, because I'm not sure what it is and I haven't found anything. I might just, you know, it might just be one of the things for the camera. Maybe it's not designed to do long videos. Maybe you got to spend over the $1,000 mark to get one that does that. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a photographer. I haven't dealt a lot with cameras, very few. So, you know, I've limited experience in just giving you my thoughts and all. But other than that, you know, it is a good camera. I like it. When I first got it, had all the issues with it trying to focus. It did a horrible job of focusing, but they released the firmware updates and that fixed that for the most part. And then the other issues like I described, I sent it back in. Canon was really good. You know, you have to pay to ship it there, which by the time if you use UPS, by the time you put insurance on it, it cost me $40 to send it in. But, you know, I got a brand new camera back out of it, even though the original one wasn't that old. But anyway, let me know if you have any questions or comments, and you know, any advice, tips, ways that that this issue may be fixed about the longer recording times for video. I'd really like to hear somebody else, you know, that maybe has one of these cameras and has a workaround or fix for it besides trying to watch the clock and get up and stop and restart it recording. All right, but anyway, we're going to cut this one short. Thanks again for watching. If you like my videos here and you want to help me grow my channel, please subscribe and like the videos as you go. It would be greatly appreciated. Thanks again.